Yesterday I pulled 7 pieces of silver. That is fantastic. 6 went to the box, and it put questions in my head. We're going to a park that I have absolutely like, I don't want to say destroyed, but I hunted it. I really hunted it. I brought friends in to hunt it. And I want to see if the Silver Slayer can pull any silver. I don't see any evidence whatsoever that it goes deeper than the machines that I have already. So let's dig. Let's see what happens. And I think I'm going to the beach later. Not sure, but think I'm going to the beach. Now here's what I've learned so far. Most important number is this one over here, if you're cherry picking for silver. So anything that is above 45, oh, you take it very seriously. You dig it, okay? That's the rule that I've learned. Look at that, scratchy. Now, modern quarters can come up at above 45 too. That's the other thing, clad quarters. Now it's not repeating, and I have a this thing is the notch up here. Basically, when I had it unnotched, I got a lot of iron. Okay, so not repeating enough. I have the sensitivity on auto, and there's a deep mode to it. I have the deep mode on, and I have the extra sized coil. First signal, I dug a 35. This is a cap, golden in color. I think it's junk. I also chose to come here for this experiment because the ground is so pure. It's not trashy at all. See, something like that's not repeating either. And it could be that there's, you know, 2 or more objects within the coil, but I'm not going to dig that for now. Yeah, I'm looking to this machine to be my number 4 hitter, my deep sod buster, okay? And, you know, I have machines that separate exquisitely. The Equinox, number 1 for that. And the Amphibio is really good for the separation. There's other machines that... you know, it can do different things, but this one I'm looking to specifically to be my silver identifier and my sod buster. Well, here we go. .46, 48, jumping around, repeating and deep. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Well, it was a deep quarter. Let's see how deep. That was 7 inches. This thing is 8 inches, 9 inches to the very top. And that was a deep quarter. Something really sketchy about this signal. A 50. But the iron is very low on it. Let's see. Yeah, 50s are almost always iron. Okay, nothing sketchy about this one at all. Perfect repeating, 12, 11, 46. That's what I call a perfect silver signal, or it could be a modern quarter. Well, it's none of the above. It is a deep piece of modern copper. A big one though. 1246, but it goes down to 44, 42. I'm gonna call Indian Head on this one. I said Indian Head, I meant Weedy. I'm calling Weedy on this one. None of the above. It's a clad dime. Here we go. 1247, 1346. Yeah, that's a quarter. Just to be clear, I'm skipping a lot of signals here. There's still a bunch of signals, but I'm cherry picking for that silver. I'm gonna be going to the beach in a few minutes actually, so I want to see. You know, I've only been here for maybe 15 minutes. I want to see if I could pull a piece of silver within 30 minutes. Yeah, it's a quarter. 44, 45, 46. So I'm gonna guess modern dime. Yeah, these coins are being spiteful. The last time I called wheat cent, it was a modern dime. This time I called modern dime, it's a wheat cent. Great. Yeah, it's a quarter. Yeah, it's a quarter. Okay, I'm calling silver. 12.46 and down. Nope. Yeah, it's a quarter. These ants are angry. The uncles too. Whoa, it is relic time. I do believe this is from a car. Look at that. Sweet. Right next to it. That sounds good. Holy cow. Old bullet. Look at that thing. Jeez. Oh my God, look at this thing. I think it's a peace sign. Now that actually could be silver. No, actually no, it didn't ring up in the silver range. Look at that, it's a peace sign. How about that? It was deep. That was maybe 8 inches down. Finding good stuff. 44, 45. 46, right on that borderline. Unbelievable.
Haagen-Dazs has been unlocked.
Good job. Okay, we are learning here. What is this, 1953? We are learning here. This is an elite target ID machine. That's what it is. I don't see any evidence that it really goes deeper. Maybe a little bit, but that could be because of the oversized coil. But we pounded this. You know, I came with my buddy Jeff one day. We pounded this place, and it's still there. Okay, and this gives me an interesting formula that I could take for the rest of the year and get all of my goals. Now the question is, for my needs, would I ever dig a 41, 42, 43 signal, or even 44? We have to test that at home.
Oh, we tested it. Stay tuned for the answer.
Now something like this, I would dig because of the depth. That is seriously deep. It was a Wheatie 1950s, 9 inches. Right at the threshold, 44. I say dime. Nope, copper penny. We get a jumpy one. All right, let's see. It's a thingy. I found a thingy. All right, last 1 or 2 signals. Look at this. It's going up to 45. I saw a 46 in there. Most of them are lower though. Let's dig. Nope, just a deep penny. Yeah, that's a quarter. So I'm heading to the beach now, and I've got all sorts of thoughts going through my head right now. The conversation has started. Is the E-Trac better than the Equinox? I have identified one thing that it is most definitely better at, and that is target ID. And come to think of it, I have never had an elite target ID machine where I could see the difference. Oh yeah, this is gonna be silver, this is not. That's what the E-Trac does. Goes deep, you know, maybe a little bit deeper, but wow. You know, this is inconclusive. I can't say for sure yet. I have to give it the Ferry Point Park test, you know, where there's tons and tons of trash. The Equinox can be cohesive in that. It can make sense of it all. I don't know if the E-Trac can do that. But, man, in terms of identifying, yep, this is a silver signal, the Equinox does not have that. Like, you can infer, okay, here is something that is ringing up between 24 and 30, or 31 in the case of quarters, you know, and it's deep. Yeah, that might be silver, but it also could be nothing. This will tell you, wow, this is something that you should really consider. Anything over 45. Ergonomically speaking, the Equinox runs circles around it. Is my arm sore after 2 days of using it? Oh, hell yeah, it is. Of course, part of it is that more than 1 pound supersized coil, the watt coil. But man, for what it does, that's crazy. All right, well, now I am off to Robert Moses and the beach, and we're gonna use the Simplex. I know a bunch of you have asked about better ways to use the Simplex at the beach, and I've used it, I believe, twice at the beach, and you find stuff. I was not impressed. Let's put it that way. You can get stuff. It's not AT Pro. AT Pro is basically pointless at the beach, and you pay $500 for it. It's better than that, but it is not Knox quality. It is not Apex quality. It is not whatchamacallit, Vanquish quality. But I still say overall that is the best value on the market for metal detectors. But let's see how we do today. I want to see, once again, perhaps with better beach conditions, let's see how we do with the Simplex. Oh, and I'm gonna be hunting with somebody for the first time, and he uses the Equinox. So let's see how this goes. Now, I also have my Vanquish with me. If I'm getting my ass kicked with the my friend who has the Equinox, I'm going to run back to the car, grab my Vanquish. Then again, I'm gonna base it on signals, you know, not on what is found. If I'm getting a lot of signals and able to pull a lot of signals, then I'm gonna stick with it. But if he's getting a lot of signals and I'm not getting a lot of signals, I think that it is time for a change. And the Vanquish on the beach, not in a park, on the beach, is pretty close to an Equinox. All right, so we're about an hour and a half until low tide. Here are my guesses right now. No problem in the dry. In the wet, we're gonna move it down to 0. I mean, even in the dry, we're gonna move the ground balance down to 0. But I don't think it's gonna be able to work the same as a multi-frequency detector. Beach, there we go. Okay, now ground balance at 0. There's an interesting formation. You got a double slope going on here. So slope, flat, and then another slope back here. So that's interesting. It's not common. Yeah, at least in New York. But I would guess from that the flat up here would be a good spot to look, as well as the slope itself. So we're gonna do our V-shapes like usual and see what happens. And I have the sensitivity almost up to the top. Anytime that it touches the ground, it kind of falses a little bit, but that's okay. We're gonna try to live with the high sensitivity and the chirpiness of it. And it's not too bad. Okay, so it's taken me this long to get something. Where to go? Where to go? There we go. Solid 44, that sounds good. This beach is very hunted. So that's not a surprise. I did it with the Knox earlier in the year. And what do we have here? Bottle cap, I'm sure. Is that it? No, that's a shell. Oh, it's one of these wonderful things. Okay, it's far back. but I think that is due to how hunted this place is. All right. I'm guessing this is a quarter, high 80s, low 90s. Still down there. Let's yep, it's a quarter.
Well, I thought I got my first meeting with Jason on video, but apparently the video jumps to when he's there later. He's definitely in this video, but the introduction's not there. So if you see somebody, his name is Jason. Awesome dude. Great hunting with him today. Great meeting him.
Yeah, what I'm very unsure of with this is the wet target. So we're going to pay close attention to that. And even if I get a few, that's going to tell us something. Have I gotten them in the wet before with this machine? Yes, I have. But I want conclusive evidence. And this is a really interesting case study, what we're doing today. Friend with the Nox, and I got the Simplex. And I know that late in the beach season, you want to look back too, further away from the shoreline. So I'm going to do that too. Let's see what happens. All right, we got another far back target. It's in that gold range, also low zinc range. And what is this? It's a rectangle. Say what? I just checked in with Jason and he's having a similar problem as I am, but there's like no targets or next to no targets. So, it's not like one machine is going to, make or break. It's not that much different. I'm working with one band here, but it's a workable band. But we're talking about how 1 inch can make like a huge difference, but I'm telling you, you really have to be tuned into it. If this is your first detector, you have done right. And you can easily, I'm talking about in one summer, if you paid $250 for it, depending upon your location, you'll get all of that back. Looks like Jason has something. All right, so give the Simplex a listen at this latitude. It was fine further back, but it's the whole crying wolf thing. You hear that? So let's move up. Not as bad up here. Anytime I touch the soil where the water hits us. Now granted, not too many targets. All right.
I didn't get it out yet.
Didn't get it out yet. Do you mind if I give that a sweep before?
Yeah.
Let's see. I appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, I would not call that clear.
It's not clear, yeah.
Nope.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have dug that. No. No, but let's see. You mind doing this, showing this on the Equinox?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's see what this looks like on the Equinox. Because that'll be the test. Or I can hold it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Are you dizzy yet?
My bad.
It's okay. It's probably nothing though. I like to get the signal.
Oh!
Yeah, it's all good. Let's find another spot. Let's go.
Merrill. Ah!
Vermont Derek says it's copper.
It's copper.
Yeah.
I got a shovel. What the heck does that? That like unlocks a Baskin-Robbins spoon or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's a nice. It's a quarter.
It's a quarter.
And then Jason hit a bucket lister.
My first show, man.
Holy cow!
I can't believe it.
Heavy! Yes, sir! There you go!
I'm so happy.
Holy crap!
I think, let's see what it has. Yeah, it does. Italy.
There you go.
Oh, it says 14 karat.
I pity the fool that lost that.
Look at that.
Holy cow!
Yeah. Oh my God.
Good
Man,
stuff, buddy.
I'm so happy. It's my first one, man.
Congratulations!
Oh my God.
There you go. There you go.
You're the one that witnessed it, man. Like, this is a dream come true, man.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
No, you guys taught me so much, man. Like, I so like looking forward to the adventure with you and.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Look at this.
So happy.
Yeah. Meryl found one the other day.
Yeah,
I found one.
I'm over my gold quota. I'm so happy.
I'm so happy. Thanks.
All right, brother. Good job.
Yeah.
We got a signal in the wet. Pretty close to the shore. I believe it's a quarter. Yep, it's a quarter. Okay, look at this. Hear how faint that is? I would say that's a target right here. Hey Jason, can you check this on the Equinox?
Yeah, sure.
I got the faintest little bleep and it only went, you getting something?
Nothing.
Nothing?
My sensitivity, I got it on 21.
What do you have it on?
I had it on 21.
21? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Not getting anything?
Nothing. I don't get it. Maybe I raised my sensitivity.
Do you have iron audio on?
Yeah.
So you have, it's in...
Yeah. It's on the, I put it on the horseshoe, the iron zone.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if...
I got the recovery speed at 3.
Okay.
And I like to swing a little.
Yeah.
Nothing. I got nothing.
Okay, let me see.
I would say that's falsing.
Okay, Jason got a signal right here. Let's see if we get one. Yep. Now look at this. Look at how you really have to be aligned.
Oh wow. What's the number reading on the Simplex now?
It's jumping around,
Oh wow.
but it's in the gold range.
It's in gold range, really?
Well, actually, it's like zinc in range. I keep mixing up my ranges. Yep, right here. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
All right.
So it is possible. How loud is it on the Simplex for you? Okay, crystal clear? You hear that?
18.
Solid 18. That's crystal clear.
That's the difference. You have to hit it in the middle of the coil, perfect swing speed. Your chance of error is much higher on the Simplex.
Still down there, so it's deeper.
Yeah.
All right, this is really helping us get to the bottom of this.
I got it out.
I'm rooting for you, buddy.
All right, it's in the scoop.
Make it a ring, make it a ring. I hear something.
It's sinking.
Sinking!
Even more conclusive evidence coming.
Jason got another target.
It's ringing like a 6.
Ring it like a 6.
Oh.
Not registering.
No, right?
Could you do me a favor, just so we don't get the EMI? Could you yep.
Yeah.
That should be good. No, this is not registering.
It's not registering, right?
No, and that's very helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it could be something small. And, yeah, oh, yeah, let me...
Yeah, you want to... I'll hold you some if you want.
Okay, yeah, let me...
I got it, yeah.
Clear as day.
You want to dig it up, man, now?
No, man, that's all you. clear as day. There you go.
Wow, that's the first time holding the Simplex.
Yep. Probably your last time holding the Simplex.
It's nice in here. It's a nice belly.
Oh no, I still say, you know, value-wise, it's good.
Yeah.
Down by the water, nope, I'm not gonna find it. Again, let me show you one more time. You saw that clear as day. I cannot make it out. Yes, I am getting something. But here's the thing, down here you get everything. So you can't make it out. With the Equinox, you can make it out. So what I need to do is I need to go further back on the beach. There you go. All right, Jason's giving me the honors. Ah! Still here.
Oh wow.
Let me move that back.
What is it?
Nickel! Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. It's a nickel.
All right, that is crystal clear now. Wet, wet, off limits. So we are still, I still consider this area the wet. The higher wet you have access to with this machine. That's where I pulled the quarter. It falses less up here. And when a machine falses, it cries wolf. You cannot tell. So again, you know, if you're comparing a $250 detector to a $600 detector, the $600 detector better be better. Having that said, if you compare a $250 detector with the $500 detector in the case of the AT Pro, which will give you nothing even in this region of the beach, I would go Simplex. All right, now that we've established this, I am going to show you what I consider to be the most important tips for using a Simplex if you're going to stick with it as a beach detector. One, we're gonna swing extra slow, okay? We're gonna move, we're gonna focus on how slowly and how well we cover the ground. Because think about falsing, a lot of it happens because of the speed at which we swing. And if it goes, all machines have an ideal swing speed. We have to find that. And it gives it more time to process if you swing slow, okay? So we're gonna work it slow. Let's see how we do. This is what I mean by slow. I think you need to be able to pick a good line, and I'm doing the top of the slope. So that would be my suggestion. And beaches that there's a slope right at the top, you got no shot down there, okay? If it's right at the surface, yes you do. But as you saw with that nickel, you got no shot if it is, you know, in the moving section of the sand, you know, where the water is hitting you. No shot. I'm just being honest, being blunt. Up here, you got a much better shot. In the dry, you're fine. And again, this still wipes the floor with the AT Pro at the beach. See the seaweed down there? That is called the weed line. Most beaches usually have a few weed lines from several different tides. Not all tides are created equal. Get to know where the latest weed line is, and from there to perhaps, in this case the beach is sloped, but until it starts getting really wet, that is the area where you can kill it with this metal detector. It'll be fine with that. It will not be fine in the you know, very close to the water. Okay, now watch how delicate it is in wet areas. Keep in mind I have the sensitivity all the way up. If I bang the coil, it sure sounds like a signal. So keep the coil over the surface. Don't bang it. And I went too far down. Once it changes color, you see it's whiter here, wetter here. It can't handle that. It's not going to handle that too well. If something's on the surface there, sure. If it's not, you're not going to get it.
For those of you who have seen my Simplex videos, I did a few water hunts with them but they were in fresh water. You will have no problems whatsoever in fresh water. Salt, it makes a bit of a difference, though. So after this, we headed to a local school, and I didn't find too much, neither did Jason. A whole lot of clad. So we're going to go really fast through this, but stick around because we're going to test. We're going to do some tests of objects in the silver box to see if we could get consistent reads on the E-Trac.
Dimmy. Just a dimmy. Relic. No clue what this is. No clue. I gotta start carrying that spray.
Oh wow, that looks pretty old.
Yeah.
Looks like an old brooch or something.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's a good find, Mike. Mel?
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad we came here. Like this.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. Go get that silver.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is old. Wow. That's a quarter. That's a quarter. That's a quarter. Dimmy, it was pushing 45. That's a quarter. 8 inches down gets you to 1970. Eee. 1995, super deep. Not looking good. Meh. 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 Two things. One, yeah, it's a quarter. Two, see this rocky? It is filler dirt. Move away. Yep, more modern quarters and more rocks. Keep moving. That's a quarter. 8-inch dimmy. 2 dimmies. That's a quarter. Scrap. All right, well, here's the wrap up. The good news, effortlessly, I pulled more than $5 today in change. And I, of course, got this silver. This, I'm assuming, is from a car. You know, front of a car. I'm thinking fleur-de-lis. I don't know. And I got the bullet. And this is probably my favorite relic of the day. No clue what that is. I guess a brooch? Is that supposed to be a butterfly? Bullet. Bullet and butterfly. This was really cool. Look at that, it's a peace sign. That's pretty wild. And today we have one offering for Philip the Box. Go and be with your friends. I also want to say thank you to Minelab Matt, who sent me this. I've got a whole entire collection of coins from the United Kingdom, and so cool. Even got a piece of silver. Alright, so we're going to do a little test here. I got my E-Trac. We're going to turn it on, of course. Serious detecting. And let's put the light on. And we got it all bent. So, that we can test this. So, first one is a Merc. We're making sure that the second number is above 45. And yes, that one is. Another one above 45. Tell you what, this is like watching paint dry. I'll let you know if something is a little bit different, okay? But we're going to test dimes because we know that quarters go above 45. But let's test only dimes. I'll let you know if there are some oddities and what makes it an oddity.
The reason that I'm so blown away by this detector is the target ID. It specifically tells you, it specifically gives the coin or object a value above 45, above a certain number, and you can tell when something is silver. I'm testing to make sure that there are no oddities.
Well, these were the ones that tested above 45. but there were oddities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll spare you me retesting all 6 of those one by one. 3 of them I tried again, and I was able to get a 45 value. The other ones, the other 3, were worn down, and it was pretty clear to see. Those specific 3, a little bit thinner, so you get a different value. But for the most part, that is really accurate. And I have to do the math here. Yes, it's a heavier detector. I don't think that it has the separation abilities that the Equinox has. Then again, I'm using the oversized coil. But that is such a supernatural feature. It's so good at identifying silver, which is clearly something that I value. Not everybody. If you're somebody who's after relics, maybe a machine is different. You need a different machine. But for me, who's trying to fill that silver box, that is very helpful to know, okay, this has a higher probability. It's not a guarantee. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. A higher probability of being silver. Because the Equinox, as great as it is, and I hope I've made it clear to you that it is a great machine, as great as it is, pennies, dimes, it could ring up anywhere between 23 and 28. And, I've had both clad and silver in those values. So it's really unclear. And you can inference and say, well, this is a really deep one, and I'm getting those values. But it's not the clarity that the E-Trac has. And that's it in a nutshell. So I have to calculate this, and I have to use it more. But I have to say, I'm very intrigued. Regarding the Simplex now, again, I'm not trying to sound down on the Simplex. That's a darn good machine for $250. I don't think I'm going to use it at the beach again. I don't think you're going to see me using it. I think that the results were conclusive. It'll work for you. You will get, you'll be able to pull stuff in the wet. Not the deep wet where the water is coming in. And, that's a problem area. It's just, it lowers my chances of getting the treasure. So that's my honest take. Does it mean that it's a bad detector? No, it's not a bad detector. It's the best value that's out there, and that's very high praise. Okay, so that's what I got for you tonight. You better believe I'm going for it again tomorrow. I'm going to try to fill that silver box, and I'm really excited about the E-Trac because I think that gives me a fighting shot, and I'm a fighter. Have a good night, everybody.